Hello, Go Horrors and fellow Deadites. I'm Brendan,
I'm Sam,
and welcome to our Life in Horror.
and we are doing another decade.
Another decade. We're almost out.
I feel like this is the last one we can do because we've done 80s, 90s, 2000s. I can't do 70s or below because I haven't seen enough.
Yeah, I could do just the known ones. Like it would just be such as our old friend Aubrey would say, it'd be a chalk list.
Yeah.
Because it would just be it'd be Jaws and The Exorcist and The Omen and shit.
Yeah,
it'd just be so generic.
So we're doing 2010 to 2019.
Yeah, I'm excited. This was a hard one.
And we are joined by some friends. We're going to bring them on.
Yes, we are.
Ken and Ashley from Sledgehammer Horror.
What's going on?
Hey guys.
Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
No, we're super excited to be here.
Yeah. This was hard. Like I was going through the years and I was like, I want to pick 4 from this year. So yeah, it was hard to narrow it down to 10.
This was definitely a hard one to narrow to 10.
Yeah.
This was very hard. I went to every year and looked up all the movies and then had to narrow it down. And I wanted to put so many movies on this list. It sucks.
I had
not putting them on there.
Yeah.
I knew my top 3 right away.
I think I know your number 1.
Like my top 3, I knew those ones right away. Right when you texted us, I was like, yes, I know my top 3. 4 through 10 suck trying to come up with.
Yeah. I feel like I know your number 1 too, but we'll see.
I think I know can guess yours too, but yeah.
Positive.
I like how you guys
our
did it.
Number ones are the same.
Then yeah, you know my number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah.
I like how everybody
was the movie in 2018.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I know.
We have the same number 1.
Oh,
I'm excited.
Now I got to think. I like how you guys all came up with the smart idea of doing this by looking up each individual year. And I just typed in 2010 horror movies. So I don't know. I don't know when these all came out, but I just wrote a bunch down.
They're not all just 2010.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. No, they weren't.
2010 was a great year for horror.
Yeah,
I have 2 from 2010.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any.
I don't think I do either, to be honest.
I had 35 on my long list or something.
I don't think I wrote down the actual years they came out, so
I didn't either.
Whoops. Before we start, your link is in our description. I feel like most people know who you guys are. You guys have welcomed us so much into this community when we started, so we appreciate you guys. Can you tell everyone about your channel for those who might not know who you are?
Take it away.
All right, we are Sledgehammer Horror. We are a couple that's been together for 20 years, got married in high school, and we like to do horror movie reviews, top 10s, tier rankings. We do a segment called My First Horror Movie, where I bring on guests to talk about the first horror movie they watched and what it meant to them. Ashley does a segment called Villain of the Month, where we pick a villain and we dedicate a whole month to how great that villain is. Then we do something together called Versus, where we talk about an original versus a remake. Didn't see that coming, where we talk about movies with great twist endings. And
which we've been lacking on.
Yeah, we'll be filming some of those soon, I promise.
Yeah.
And then we also have our personal favorite right now, In Defense Of, where we bring guests on and we defend movies that are not very well loved in the community. So that's pretty much it. One live a week. We'll be doing 2 this week. We have this one tonight with you guys. Then Wednesday, I'll be doing one by myself.
That's you.
Just like a horror hangout, Ask Me Anything, where we're just going to hang out and talk about horror for a little bit. So very excited to be here with you guys, though.
Yes.
I know. I love collabing with other horror couples because it's nice that we all have that in common.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Absolutely.
Right.
But if you're not subscribed to Sledgehammer, please do so. And I am going to say what's up to the chat here quickly, and then we'll get into our...
If you're here from Sledgehammer Horror, go to Our Life in Horror and make sure you're subscribing to them as well.
Yeah.
That link is in our description. So make sure you guys are doing that as well, please.
Hello, Ryan. Ryan Swayze.
The hardest working guy in YouTube right there, man.
Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing it all. Nathan Mills has been in this chat for a little bit.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Charles. Hello, Anthony. Phil's Creepy Videos. Yes, I think he's local to us.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, maybe not even an hour away. I'm not going to drop the city, but...
Cool. What up, Phil?
Hello, Big Rod.
Big Rod, safe drive home.
Yeah, it's
buddy?
8 o'clock. He might be home already.
Sure.
We got Byron. Hello.
Byron.
Who have I not said hi to? Connor.
Hey, what's up, Connor?
Tiger. I think I covered everyone. Oh, we got
Sheridan?
Sean Sheridan. Hello.
What's going on?
What's up, Sean?
And Chad.
What up, Chad?
Hello, chat. Thanks for joining us tonight for this list. I'm excited to dive into it. Before we do, how did you guys make your list? Like, what was the criteria for something to make your top 10?
I just went on personal enjoyment.
Yeah.
How I personally enjoyed these movies. That's all I did.
Yeah. So like you, I looked them up by year. I just started with 2010 and I kind of like made a list of the ones that I loved that year and then kind of narrowed them down from there. Like my absolute favorite. Some of them were harder than others to narrow down, but yeah.
I agree. For my list started with probably no joke 30 movies.
Yeah.
And trying to narrow it down.
I think I had like 20 at least, but
Connor, I'm glad that we could be background noise for you to finish your essay. School is very important. Make sure you're getting that shit done, man.
for real.
Yes. What about you?
So I went from memory of horror movies that stuck out.
Okay.
And then I decided to do I'm going to look up horror movies from the 2010s. And then like every notable one that I was like, yeah, I like that. I wrote it down. And I was up to like 35, 36. And then eventually I broke it down in half. And then I broke it down to 10. And then I had to try to figure out my order because some of these movies I haven't seen in a little bit, but I remember really liking them. But basically like personal enjoyment, critical acclaim was also a part of it. So, yeah, some of these might be some generic ones that are probably on everybody's list, but I can't help it because they were so good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, mine is straight up personal enjoyment. I know 100% some of these will not be on anyone's list.
I love it.
My taste is kind of different. Yeah, critical acclaim did not come into account for mine. And my list can honestly change day by day because I'm such a mood watcher. So
my top 3 I feel are set. Like those are set. My number 10 could be my number 4 tomorrow. But my top 3, those are for sure. Those are set.
Yeah. I think my top 2 are set for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, top 2 are probably never moving.
Okay. Haunted by Horror. Hello. Thanks for joining.
What's up, buddy?
And Adrian James. All right. Do you guys want to start with your number 10?
Sure.
Ladies first, Ashley.
My number 10 is from 2015 and it's Krampus. This is a horror movie that we watch every holiday season. It's so much fun. I love the characters in it. I just really love Christmas horror in general, and we don't have a ton of Christmas horror, so this is up there.
We don't have a lot of good Christmas.
Oh yeah, a lot of good Christmas horror, we should say. I mean, it's
garbage
kind of
day.
like lacking a little bit in the Christmas horror area.
So stupid. I get it's a meme, but I fucking hate that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, we watched this one the other day. It was pretty good.
Silent Night.
Oh, the remake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than
with it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen those ones too, just to do like something during the Christmas time. But this is one that we can like watch with our kids, and
we watch it every year.
And we watch it every year, and so it's something that they look forward to too. So yeah, I had to add it to my list.
Well,
that's a good pick.
I wish I would
try and watch it every year too.
We do watch it every year.
Yeah.
I don't think we miss it.
Yeah, I don't think we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It is definitely a love letter for us.
Mm-hmm.
My number 10 is from 2010, and it is Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I love this movie. I love it. I can't tell you how many times me and Ashley will be in like Walmart trying to look for each other, and instead of yelling each other's names, we'll just be like, college kids. Like that's how we find each other. It's just like such a fun movie, and it's a literal series of unfortunate events, and I love it. I made her watch it.
I did. I was like, I was not into. I was like, oh, okay, just for you. I was like, I didn't expect anything from it, and I loved it. Yeah, it was really good.
I was so happy she did because it's such a well-made movie, and it's not like a spoof. Like people think it's like a spoof movie.
Yeah,
it's not. Like it's its own story, and it's funny, and it's scary, and it's got a good twist to it. I love Tucker and Dale versus Evil, so that's number 10 for me.
Nice.
That's a good pick.
That's a great pick. And in fact, do you guys have the exact same story about watching that movie as me?
He made me watch it.
Yep.
I loved it. Last year, I think, or this year.
It was this year.
Awesome.
This year, yeah, I loved it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now, if you guys are looking, when you guys are looking for each other somewhere, just start yelling "college kids."
We're going to steal that.
We're so tall, though. It's so hard not to see us.
That's true.
Yeah, because I'm 6'4", so I'm easy to spot.
Oh yeah.
To Cody in the chat, we are doing just the decade, so we're not going by year. So they could be totally random years. Do you want to go, or you want me to go?
No, it's all you.
Okay, my number 10. I feel like I have to explain myself. I'm really into captivity films, and this one really surprised me because it actually had a really decent storyline. It's called Chained. I didn't write down what years they're all from, so apologies. I don't think it's really extreme horror, and I hate when extreme horror doesn't have a plot because I get bored. This actually has a really good plot. Basically about a cab driver that abducts a woman and her son, and he ends up raising the son. And
that's with the D'Onofrio, right?
I'm really bad with actor names, so I can't answer that. We watched it together maybe last year.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah,
it's a captivity story. It's just my jam, so that's why it's on my list.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
I'm excited to see your list because it's just going to be like so
random
all over the place. My number 10 is I got The Wailing.
Oh, you got all yours out.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
I do. So
I haven't seen that.
I threw in some international films. This is number 10 because I think it's probably 20 minutes too long. But I do think it's a masterclass of Korean film. It's very much runs along the lines of kind of The Exorcist, but with some interesting twists and turns. It's beautifully shot. The characters are great. I just watched it this year, and I'm already excited to give it a rewatch. That's why I picked it up on 4K, and it was super cheap. So I'm very excited to give that a rewatch, and I highly recommend if nobody's kind of explored that kind of genre, go and check it out because you'll find some stuff that you probably will like.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
With its 2.5 hour long runtime, I know you'll want to watch this.
True. I'm bad with long movies.
Yeah.
Big Rod says he also watched Trained recently, and yes, it's what's the name?
D'Onofrio.
Thank you. It's a damn good movie. Thank you for backing me up, Big Rod.
We're gonna have to check it out. Yeah.
Okay, number 9.
My number. Okay, so I'm kind of cheating here. But I went with It, and I just chose 17 and 19.
No,
don't tell me. I'm cheating. I can choose. I put them together.
This is the top 10, not top 11.
Okay.
Choose one.
All right, then I'm gonna choose 19. Making me choose. Gosh. All right.
Sorry. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway. It's not even my show. It's their show.
But I love Skarsgård as the clown, and I think Beverly. I guess I don't know. As a child, like you really felt for her, and as an adult, you did too. Yeah. There's genuine scares, and I really thought it was a great remake. So, and Richie, like he stole the show. Yeah, he did. He did such a great job.
Bill Hader was so good.
He was, yeah. This is the movie that you go to like show that Bill Hader is an actor. Yeah. Like he did. And so he's good. A
damn good actor in this movie.
He's not like a T-Mobile.
Yeah, or the friend.
Was it T-Mobile?
Yeah, or Forgetting Sarah Marshall. What the fuck are you doing?
Like he actually had a really good part in this.
I just rewatched Forgetting Sarah Marshall recently. Holy shit, that movie is so funny.
I haven't seen that in a long time, but I remember it being funny.
When he's on the phone with Jason Segel, and you could hear him yelling on the phone when he puts the phone down, and he's like, "Hey guys," he's like, "No, stop it!" Like, oh my god, dying laughing. Like I had tears coming down my face. That's how hard I was laughing. Number 9 for me is not cheating because it's a single movie. And it is got my favorite jump scare of all time, and that is Sinister from 2012.
Good one.
The lawnmower jump scare, totally my favorite jump scare of all time. I love how they actually filmed everything on the
12.
on the camera.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
What are they?
There's
12
just
millimeters or whatever.
8 millimeter.
8 millimeter, yeah.
And
not 12.
I is it 8 or 9?
I think it's 8.
I think it is too. Anyway, it's amazing, and I love the twist at the end. I do kind of have a love-hate relationship with the movie now because we had so freaking many copyright strikes on that movie. Trying to get it through YouTube when we were doing it, didn't see that coming on it. So
yeah.
I don't ever want to actually watch it again because of how many times I had to watch these scenes over and over, trying to cut them down to make it work for YouTube shitty guidelines. But yeah, I still think it's a fantastic movie. I love Deputy So-and-so, James Ransone.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fantastic movie, well made. And like going behind the scenes, like when they filmed the pool, the guy that played Mr. Boogie wore weighted boots, and he was literally standing at the bottom of this pool, and they kept bringing him oxygen in between takes.
The people that were on the
And
lawn chairs, too.
Yeah, the people on the lawn chairs,
they
really were tied up and pulled into the pool, strapped down to those lawn chairs.
I don't think I would be signing any.
Yeah.
I would have freaked out. Like, I can't, like, if I don't have control,
Right.
like, I would be losing it.
So, like, and that made us appreciate it even more watching the behind the scenes stuff when we were trying to do our episode on it.
Good for them. But
yeah, more power to you, but fuck you. Yeah. So number 9 for me is Sinister from 2012.
Good pick.
Yeah, it's scientifically proven to be the scariest movie of all time as well.
Sir.
Every year.
Yes, sir. Dude, the lawnmower jump scare. I don't care how many times I watch it.
It doesn't matter.
It gets me every single time. Yes.
Let's say what's up to Joel here quickly. Hello.
What up,
What's up,
Joel?
It 2017 was what got me back into horror in a big way, and I saw 2019 in theaters 4 times. Nice.
Damn.
Well, then 2017 will always be special because it's bringing people back to the genre.
Exactly. Like even the younger generation, like we took our oldest to see it and
with his friends.
Yeah, and they were all into it. So.
And a super chat for Sledgehammer.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
I thought that was for you guys.
Oh, we don't get those. We're a baby channel still.
Yep.
Oh.
We can't get money.
Thank you, Carbonite.
Carbonite.
That's why everybody, if you're here from Sledgehammer Horror, make sure you're subscribing. Let's get them to the monetization point. They deserve it so fucking much. So please make sure you're subscribing. Share this stream out with your friends. Tell them to come in, subscribe, watch these amazing couple as well. I promise you they're not going to regret it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Beyond the Grave Media. Hey, buddy. All right. My go?
Yep.
Okay, my number 9 is one I actually just watched last year for the first time, and I've seen it a few times now. It's Excision, and it is a very cringy movie. If you've seen the movie May, it gives me those really cringe vibes like May. It's super gory, and she the main girl is just nuts, and she fantasizes about blood and surgery in an erotic way, and I love it.
Sounds interesting.
It's got a really dark ending as well.
Yeah.
I think it was on Tubi.
Oh yeah, this is a Tubi.
Yeah,
okay.
I love it. It's got a girl from the newer 90210. I forget her name, but it's good. Excision.
Very weird imagery in that movie.
Oh yeah,
like it looks really nice, but it's unsettling to look at.
Yeah, I don't think you liked it too much.
I thought it was fine. I've seen worse.
That's my number 9.
Love it. So my number 9 is Brandon Cronenberg's Possessor.
Nice.
I think it took me a while to watch this movie. No, not watch this movie, but to understand this movie. I think it kind of could slip through if you're not really paying attention to it the first time around. And I even debated on if I should have it on my list because I hadn't seen it in so long. And I was like, okay, I should go back, give it a rewatch and see. So I watched it last night and I enjoyed it a lot more because I actually knew the themes and actually could follow what was happening in the story, and I just love the imagery. I think the score is great. It's ultra violent, bloody, like all the stabbing scenes are like extremely vicious and gory. This is Brandon Cronenberg's second film. Huge shout out to him. He does a fantastic job, and I love that he's following in the steps of his father.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That since we first saw it.
Yeah, exactly. So I haven't seen it since either. I've watched like a whole bunch of essays on it, and I was like, oh, I gotta go. I should watch it because it was one of the first movies that I thought of on this list. I'm like, I gotta make sure I still really enjoy it. So threw it on last night. Still did. Weird sexual scenes too that just threw me right off. Whoa.
I think I liked it from what I remember, but I don't remember it too well.
Well, you came in last night for the opening, and they're like they're putting the pin in it, and you just looked at it, and you're just like, no, I'm gonna go.
I'm like, walk out of the room.
Like, I'm good.
I go watch my Christmas romance in the living room.
I thought I was gonna have you like sucked in for a second there, and then you just walked away, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're not gonna watch that.
I like that kind of stuff, but I got to be in the mood and prepared.
Yeah.
Right.
Number 8 for you guys, for Ashley.
Okay, my number 8 is Sinister as well. This movie is really just disturbing, the fact that he uses the children to kill their family. And like you talked about the tapes, I love when he watches the tapes and you see what these kids did to their family.
Yeah.
It's so disturbing, but it's really awesome. And one of the best jump scares ever. You already talked about that, but you know what's coming, and it still
gets you every time.
Yes, and I even try like not to jump, and it still gets me somehow. And it's very dark. It's twisted. I think the ghoul is a scary villain. And I think it's smart too. He's like, you moved, and now it's gonna get you, like the way that it all unfolds.
Spoilers.
Yes, spoilers. Sorry.
The movie is so old now. If you haven't seen it, that's on you.
It was from 2012. You know, you're really going after me today, aren't you?
That's right.
Yeah.
Is that all you wanted to say about it?
That's it. Ken?
Number 8 for me is by our horror lord and savior, Mr. Mike Flanagan. I'm going with Ouija Origins of Evil from 2016. I love this movie, and I did not like Ouija, the first one. That shit was ass. And for Flanagan to take that and make what he did with Ouija Origins of Evil, and it has one of our favorite young actresses in it, Lulu Wilson. We finally got to meet her in person, and she was the sweetest, the kindest, and I was like, that was like the most nervous I've been in a long time to meet somebody, because Ash and I are such huge fans of hers, and she's such a sweet young lady, and her mom is such like the sweetest woman in the world. So, but everything in this movie, Henry Thomas, who I'm a huge fan of, big Henry Thomas guy, and it's just, it feels scary. And when you see, you know, Lulu Wilson go back and her mouth open and the arm going in her mouth, it's just, Doug Jones being in the movie, you know, he just did a great job. So yeah, for me, Ouija Origins of Evil at number 8 from 2016.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Oh, it's so
I haven't seen it since it came out, and I rewatched the first one, and then I watched Origins, and I was like, wow, this is so much better. Why is it so much better? Yeah. Like, usually sequels suck compared to the original, and I'm like, the original is that bad, so the sequel can't be any good. But yeah, I haven't seen it since, actually, and I've been wanting to kind of revisit it because Mike.
You guys should. Yeah, because I would love to know what you guys think. Because
Mike Flanagan, he's your guy. Like, if your franchise is going to hell, like
just bring in Flanagan.
Call Flanagan and he can fix it for sure.
He's amazing.
He tripled the like the Rotten Tomato score from
the original to Origins of Evil. It literally tripled the Rotten Tomato score on the film.
Yeah,
he knows how to make a great story, and he did with Origins of Evil.
Yeah, and he's an incredible, like, he knows scares. He knows how to get under people's skin.
We'll talk about him again on this list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say he's on my list, too.
Is it my go?
Yep.
And we are on number 8. My number 8 is Ready or Not. I love Grace. She is so badass. I really want to cosplay her one day, even though I have dark hair, whatever. It is just such a fun movie, and it's gory, and I love this whole curse that is going on this family. Like the first time you watch it, you're like, okay, is something actually going to happen to them at the end? And then what ends up happening is freaking hilarious. Like you just can't help but laugh at that scene. It's got such a great cast. I love Samara Weaving so much. Yeah, I love that movie.
Adam Brody, baby.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
He's adorable. I've been crushing on him since the OC.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's such a great family dynamic in that movie. I just love all the different family dynamics and how they pick on each other and stuff. It's just so funny.
I don't know how they're going to do a sequel.
I know.
Like, I don't get what
she's back, right?
Yeah, she's back.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And it's the same writing team.
Maybe she's pregnant with his kid and she's part of like the
bloodline.
So
now the baby's like, what are you not?
I mean, you know, and now she has to continue with the curse because her kid will blow up.
I'm sorry. Ready or Not 2.
Yes.
Okay.
There's
the opening credits.
Curious.
Yeah, you never know.
Birth into a title card. We saw it in the first Omen. We saw a birthing scene there. So
yeah,
we still haven't seen that.
Yeah,
we watched Immaculate.
Birthing scene.
You
Immaculate was better.
Was it? Okay. I've heard the other way around too. I loved Immaculate.
She liked the first Omen better.
I did. Yeah.
Did you?
We're definitely divided. Yeah.
I could be wrong. There was one time in the 90s I was wrong, so it could happen again. But I think that Immaculate was better.
Yeah, we'll not talk about that.
I don't like prequels. To be fair, though, to make this like a fair argument, I don't like prequels. You know, Ouija Origins of Evil is a prequel, obviously, but you didn't know that going into the film.
Surprise prequels are okay.
Surprise prequels are great when it's pulled off good. But usually in a horror prequel, you know who's safe, you know who's not safe. Like you kind of have an idea of what's going on. So like with the first Omen, and I kind of knew what was going to happen. So it's like, it was a good movie, but Immaculate, I just felt the originality of it sold me more than the first Omen.
Did you like the Orphan prequel?
I fucking loved the Orphan prequel.
Okay, good. Me too.
There are prequels I like. I like Pearl. I like Saw X. Ouija Origins of Evil. Final Destination 5 is fucking fantastic.
The
Thing prequel I think is great. The CGI is ass, but the story is so good. And going into it, we thought it was a remake.
Yeah.
And then to find out it was a prequel, like when you get to that ending, you're like, no fucking way. You know, like I think there's as long as you do a prequel correctly, then there's ones like Insidious: The Last Key, where it's like, oh, I know Elise is safe throughout this whole movie. Stop putting her in harm's way because I know she's gonna be fine. I've seen her die later. Like I know she's good, you know. But if they do it right, like Saw X, you knew it was a prequel, but you still had the twist of what happened at the end. So as long as you could do the prequel correctly,
The Last Key had the twist too.
Yeah, but the twist didn't have nothing to do with who was safe and who wasn't.
I know, but still, it was a good twist.
Me.
Okay, a child.
Did you guys like Apartment 7A? Have you seen that yet?
We liked that.
It was all right. The Rosemary's Baby prequel. It was all right.
I liked it. I liked all the dancing and stuff.
Yeah, I like the ending.
Yeah. Okay.
I did like the ending.
We have yet to see it, so.
I mean, like for me, again, like the problem, and Apartment 7A is the perfect example of what I don't look for in a prequel. A lot of Apartment 7A takes scenes directly from Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah.
Like dialogue, certain. I don't want to spoil it because it's worth a watch. 100% worth a watch.
Okay. But
it definitely takes scenes from Rosemary's Baby and duplicates them here. And it's almost irritating and insulting at times. Like, come on, this is a prequel. This happens beforehand. What are the odds they're doing the exact same thing with Rosemary that they're doing here? So, like I said, it's kind of irritating, but the end was unique. I will say that with Apartment 7A. The end was very unique.
Okay. Let's check it out.
Yeah. Sam's never seen the original Rosemary's Baby.
No, I haven't. Only the miniseries.
honest to God, you'll probably like Apartment 7A more than Brendan does if you've never seen Rosemary's Baby, because the whole thing will be fresh to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Brendan, with you seeing Rosemary's Baby, there's going to be parts where you'll be like, I know what they were talking about now. I get it. I get what they were saying.
Yeah, okay. We'll watch it together anyways.
Okay.
See if I can get you into Rosemary's Baby then.
There we go.
I'm just gonna say hey to Gio. What's up, buddy?
What up, Gio?
And Frank. Hey, Frank. All
Love
right.
you, Frank.
It's your go.
It is my go. I'm glad you picked Ready or Not too.
Thank you.
I wanted to put it on so bad, but I couldn't. Mine is also It, Chapter 1.
Oh.
I am just doing the Chapter 1. Because I think this was what the biggest rated R movie of when did it come out? 2018, 2019?
17.
17, yeah.
17? Way off.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it like blew up. It was the #1 rated R movie for like years. Like you guys said, with Richie is great. Bill Skarsgård's fantastic as Pennywise. The score's fantastic. I do wish they would have kept some of the things from the miniseries. Like I do miss the werewolf aspect, and instead you get like the creepy painting lady. But
yeah,
that's fine. I can look past all that. And Georgie's scene at the beginning, oh my god. Oh,
epic.
Just perfection.
Uh-huh.
Perfection. So yeah, I don't have too much more to add than what you guys already said about it. So yeah.
It's a good one. I haven't seen it in a very long time. I think I saw both of them at the drive-in.
Because we went to the drive-in.
Yeah.
We just rewatched them with Chloe.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I did.
I didn't watch them,
Yeah,
but
I watched them with Chloe.
yeah, I went and seen both of them in the theater twice because we went and seen them, and then I took the boys to see them.
See them separately.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do your number 7.
Oh, my number 7. I'm gonna get shit by you for this because it's so low on my list. I'm sure you have it higher. I'm almost positive you do. It's Dr. Sleep from 2019. I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's a great sequel. You don't necessarily have to see The Shining if in order to like understand this movie, which is great. Rose the Hat, I think, is an amazing villain, and also the young girl Abra. I think that on the other side of that, as like the hero, I think she was really great too. I know that you're typing stuff. I'm just ignoring you. I knew it. And just like the traumatic stress disorder and like the alcoholism and all that they kind of put in there, and it just they did it so well. It's just a great movie, and I really enjoyed it. And I might like it more than The Shining, if that's like I think that I like it more than The Shining, to be honest.
I haven't seen either. I haven't seen The Shining or Dr. Sleep.
You don't have to.
You don't have to see The Shining to see Dr. Sleep.
It, but if you have seen it, like there's stuff in there from.
There's definitely Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't seen Dr. Sleep yet either. We've been kind of every winter, like in January, we're like, we're gonna watch it this January because I feel like The Shining is such a perfect time to watch in January because it feels so cold and like lifeless.
It's like
Dr. Sleep like that too? Winter?
Yeah,
it bounces around.
It does, yeah, especially when they go up to never mind. I'm not gonna say nothing.
But
Just be quiet.
Mike Flanagan directed Dr. Sleep as well.
He did. Yes.
So
And
you get his normal.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you get his normal cast of characters in it.
yeah, Rose the Hat's the villain in it, and her
best.
what do they call themselves?
Her clique of people. I don't know. What
I don't know. They're terrifying, and there's this really like horrific.
There's a brutal kill.
Yeah, there's a brutal kill that you're like, holy crap! Like they went there.
You're like, this can
it.
end any second now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's bad. Like it's a kill that's really bad. Like it's hard to watch.
It's heartbreaking.
Okay.
Oh wow.
The True Knot.
Yeah, the True Knot.
They're called the True Knot.
Their gang.
But they
I'm gonna fucking put this on after we get done this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotta go,
what
guys.
I will say,
Yeah.
I know it's way longer, but the director's cut is 2.5 hours long. It flies. It is so worth it to watch the director's cut. This movie's gonna break your heart in like 4 different places. Like the opening with the bait. It's so sad. And this is I'll wait.
I was like, I know that you have this on your list.
Yeah, way higher than number fucking 7. You're damn right.
This is my list. Don't you worry about it.
Let's say what's up to John here quick. And another super
What's up,
chat
John?
for you guys.
Hey, thanks, Booch.
Juicy Booch. Booch.
That's our Boochie. We love him.
Both great. Love Shining more, though. Okay.
Fair. And again, I could see if someone tells me, hey, I like The Shining more than Dr. Sleep.
I don't hate The Shining. I love The Shining. It's like a nostalgic movie for me. But
if someone tells me I like Dr. Sleep more than The Shining, I'm like, fair. I get it. You know, so I agree with Ashley. I personally like Dr. Sleep more.
Wow, you agreed with me, guys.
I know.
It's crazy.
My number 7, and I'm probably gonna get canceled from Ashley because I'm sure that she has this way higher, lower. Blah, 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 blah. I have Evil Dead 2013 at number 7.
Oh, wow. You suck.
Thanks, Juicy. Yeah, I absolutely love Evil Dead 2013. Mm-hmm. This is my favorite of the franchise. Bounces back and forth between this and Evil Dead 2. Like, I think that this movie, and if you guys have watched us on talk about this movie before at all, you'll know that I think this movie is extremely intelligent. I think that it's not just like kids going out to party in the woods. Like, they're taking their sister out to kick her off dope. You know, she dumps her heroin in the well. Which, side note, I never knew people called marijuana dope. That's fucking weird. But when they dump her heroin into the well and like she wants to leave and they're like, no, we cannot let you leave. She's like, you know, it's so smart. And she's amazing.
Yeah, Mia.
Yeah, she's great. Jane Levy. And again, the scene at the end where they bury her alive and then use the car. She was really buried alive at that moment. Like, Jane Levy went the full way. Fede Alvarez after she did it. And funny story, and I don't want to take too long of your guys' time, but the adorable Lou Taylor Pucci.
He's so cute.
We got to have him on My First Horror Movie, and he told us that there's a scene in Evil Dead 2013 where he's sitting there and he just starts laughing. And he's like, we had been filming for hours and it was cold and we were wet, we were miserable. And she said, why does my face hurt? He's like, and that was a genuine laugh out of me. And that wasn't in the script. And Fede loved it. And he's like, I thought about Creepshow. Mm-hmm. And when I can hold my breath for a long time, and started laughing, he's like, that's what popped in my head at that moment. And that moment to him is a homage to Creepshow. And I thought that was really cool. I thought that was really awesome for him to tell us that story. And now I get to share it with you guys because I've loved Lou Taylor Pucci. Awesome. I've loved him for a very long time. And it was cool to hear such a cool story about, and like the needle in his eye. He did magic tricks as a kid. And that was him. Oh, that was a real needle that he did.
Freaks me out.
Yeah,
I hate eye
the way that he just, he had it barely on his finger and he pulled it out. It was a magic trick that he did, and it was so cool. So yeah, a lot of cool scenes throughout that movie. Mm-hmm. So love Evil Dead 2013 at number 7.
That's definitely going to be talked about later on because I love that one too. Juicy Booch gifted 5 Sledgehammer Horror memberships. Woo.
Thank you, buddy.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Connor finished his essay.
Oh yeah, Connor.
Good job.
We love Connor around here. He's a great kid.
Evil Dead Rise was also awesome. Just saw your Hellraiser reaction. Yes. I feel you guys.
Yeah.
And Dice Rollin'. Hello.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
One of the best in the game right there. Dice Rollin'. We love them.
We're on number 7, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, this is another one that's definitely a me movie. Again, going into the captivity stuff. I picked the I Spit on Your Grave 2. I have not seen the original, actually. I've only seen the newer ones. But the second one really, really got to me. Something about being held captive as a woman is like nightmare fuel, and the fact that she wakes up in a different country is the most terrifying thing ever. And then the revenge aspect is obviously the best part. I love a good revenge film. I know this is probably not on anyone else's list, but it's my jam.
That's why we're here. Right. If we all had the same list, there'd be no reason to do this, and it would be boring as hell. So.
Right.
I didn't like that movie.
I know you hated it. I loved it.
did not. I'd actually prefer to watch the third one.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that one either, though.
Yeah, it's just different. I feel like the second one's just like excess of what you saw in the first movie,
Yeah,
taken to a higher extreme.
I think it's the different country aspect that really got to me. That
Yeah.
All right. I guess we're on my number
7. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have this one on physical because went straight to streaming. This is Mike Flanagan's Gerald's Game.
Ooh.
Another Stephen King adaptation.
Haven't seen that in a long time.
I just think it was incredibly well done in the fact that this is a movie that takes place in one single bedroom with one actor who's handcuffed to a bed and can't leave. And that actress, do you know her name? I figured you might.
I forget her name, but she's awesome.
Oh my God, is she just fantastic to
She's
watch?
Beautiful.
So incredible. And somehow like everything is incredibly tense and scary. And you get one of the, in my personal opinions, this was like one of the best jump scares of the decade with the Moonlight Man licking her feet.
Yeah.
Fucking terrifying.
That's why you put blankets on your feet.
It's I can't say her last name, but it's like Carla Gugino.
Yeah.
Gugino, something like that. She's incredible.
She's in every
She's
Mike
awesome.
Flanagan production. She's incredible.
The part where she gets her hand out of the cuff.
Oh,
The cuffs.
So
when she
gross.
gloves herself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So gross.
I love it. And to find out too that the Moonlight Man is not a hallucination, but he was a real
Right.
man, and he's you're real or whatever he says that to her at the end. I really wish I could have rewatched this one beforehand, but I love it.
The stuff
Good pick.
it sucks though because like when I tell you guys I'm a huge Henry Thomas fan, like if Henry Thomas is in something, I'm watching it. Like I'm there, I'm sold, I'm in. Like to see him play the role he played in this movie of
Like
the
the
molester.
disgusting.
I was like, no, not Henry Thomas, please. No, not you. I love you. Don't do this.
Right.
You did it. Damn it.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
I thought it might not be on anybody's list.
No, it's not on mine. But yeah.
You gonna do
Number 6. This is one that you already talked about. And it's Ouija Origins of Evil. Yeah, it's another one that you already pretty much said everything. Like just Mike Flanagan's the man when it comes to making your franchise better.
They just gave him the new Exorcist movie for a reason.
It's obviously going to be in good hands. So I have high hopes for the new.
Very high hopes for the new Exorcist movie. But we also didn't hate Believer.
No, I mean it was nothing great, but it was watchable. Like I was entertained.
I've seen The Exorcist 2. Exorcist. There's nothing you can do to hurt me any more than that.
It's definitely not the worst in
in its own franchise.
world.
Let alone like I've heard people say it's the worst movie of all time. I'm like, God damn. Have you seen 2?
Yeah, 2
or 5?
2 is bad. 5 and 6. They're like the same movie.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, Lulu Wilson is amazing, and there's just so much creepy imagery, and she's just a creepy kid in general. Like when she's talking to the boyfriend.
I know, but it's so funny though at the same time.
Yeah.
Do you know what it feels like to suffocate? And he's like,
yeah, I know. I feel like that's something that our 4-year-old would say.
Or the slingshot.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, you guys gotta watch that movie and text us
Yeah,
right
I
after.
do.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, it's good for sure.
My number 6 may be a hot take because it's not the first one, but I'm going with the second chapter. I'm going with Insidious Chapter 2. I prefer this. This is my favorite one in this franchise. What does Parker Crane have behind his back? Then he drops the dice and it says knife. And Josh Stewart, or not Josh Stewart, I'm sorry, Patrick Wilson.
Yeah.
Josh Stewart is our collector guy.
Yeah.
But when you see his face just morph at that point.
Josh Lambert.
Yeah, Josh Lambert. And he runs out and he's got the knife. Like that whole scene to me is just so iconic. And I just love Steven's performance in this movie as Carl. And when he drops that dice, like that whole moment is great. And huge fan of Insidious Chapter 2. Love the first one. I mean, I like this whole franchise. I don't think there's a bad movie in this franchise. But something about Insidious Chapter 2 just sold me. I love this.
It's
And I
like
think
they
it was
up the ante with chapter 2. Like they just made it scarier.
I think it was Carl. I think Carl is the reason that I like this movie so much.
He's a good character.
Yeah, Stephen Coulter playing Carl was just such a great addition, like, to the story. Loved it. So yeah, Insidious chapter 2 for me.
Cool.
I've seen it, but I think I've only seen it once. The Insidious movies kind of blend together for me personally.
Yeah.
I don't rewatch them a lot, but
Well, and especially
You
1 and
remember
2, a lot of repetitive scenes
Yeah.
in 1 and 2 that because you have Josh going back to
Right.
chapter 1 to try to fix things that happened.
okay.
Yeah, I like to think of those as like almost the perfect double feature to watch back to back because they fit so well into each other. But I haven't seen I've seen 1 through 3, and I don't think I ever made it through 4. I think I kept falling asleep.
Of course you did.
Yeah, and 5 we haven't even bothered putting on yet.
No, we haven't.
I liked 5 a lot.
Yeah.
I did, but again,
Just like that
minority.
they brought it.
They bring it full circle.
Yeah.
And you finish the Lambert story. It better be fucking finished. Anybody out there listening, do not bring them back. They got a perfect ending. I'm not gonna say it's happy or sad, but it's the perfect ending for that family.
Okay. Yeah, we'll watch it then.
My number 6. I really love shark movies, so I had to throw this in. 47 Meters Down. I think these movies are super claustrophobic. I have a big fear of sharks. I have a big fear of being underwater for a long time. It makes me feel like I need to catch my breath when I'm watching these movies, and I am so excited for the new one to come out. I think it's called Shipwrecked or Wrecked,
or something,
and it's about like going down to a shipwreck and they get stuck down there. So I'm really excited for it. It wouldn't be a list without a shark movie for me.
You said it's called Shipwrecked?
I think so. Either 47 Meters Down Wrecked or 47 Meters Down Shipwrecked. One of the two.
Okay.
I think it's Wrecked.
Wrecked?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
47 Meters Down the Wreck.
Okay.
The Wreck. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember
Whoa.
feeling like I couldn't breathe the entire time I was watching that movie.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. A father and daughter scuba diving to explore a shipwreck get trapped after an accident. Low on oxygen, they must escape the labyrinth and evade deadly sharks using their renewed bond. Holy shit.
I didn't even know that they were coming out with another.
Well, they haven't even started casting it yet.
Oh, okay.
This looks awesome. Thank you for letting us know, because
no problem.
I agree with you guys. That movie was so like claustrophobic, and you felt like you couldn't catch your breath.
And like you care about the characters too, and
Right.
you want them to survive it.
The second one too, when they're like cave diving, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one got me too.
What's that
Anything
called
out
when you-
tight spaces.
The bends.
the bends, when you find out
Yeah.
the bends, like
Yeah.
gnarly shit, man. Good call on that flick. Good call, because that's a good
Thank
one.
you.
Mhm.
He wants to go cage diving with sharks, and I'm like,
Oh
fuck
my.
no.
Oh,
Absolutely
yeah.
not.
You'll be on your own. I'll be at the shore waiting
Yep.
for
I'll
you.
not
wave at the
jumping out of
boat.
Yeah, I'm not jumping out of a plane or going deep in the water.
Me and him, we were just in like a lake in Michigan, and we were
Jet skiing.
and he flipped us over being like
Jackass.
yes, pretty much. And I literally was like hyperventilating. Like I didn't like it. Like obviously there's not sharks in there, but if I can't see the bottom, like I can't do it. Like it was completely black. We were miles from shore, and I was just like, what are we gonna do? And I literally pushed this whole jet ski over like by myself in the middle of the lake.
I was laughing at first because I totally did like a quick thing to flip us.
He did it on purpose, and I was just like,
and I was laughing, and then I heard her crying, and I was like,
I didn't even know I was crying.
Yeah.
My
thought was she got hurt.
I was
no.
freaking out. Like I hate deep water like that. I hate it.
Always wear your life jackets.
Yeah. For real.
We always wear life jackets when we jet ski because I am a jackass.
Yes.
Flipping it.
I've never been jet skiing.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
dude,
it's
Yeah.
fun.
it is so fun. Like
as
I
long
hate
as
water.
Ken's not driving.
I hate water. I don't swim. Like it's not me. That's not my thing. I have respect for myself, but
Whatever.
I don't. Come on, people piss in there, and you're
Not-
swimming in it. Oh.
There's chlorine. Okay. Knock it off.
In the lake.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You're swimming in fish cum.
Do you shower? Do you shower, Ken?
Not in a lake.
You just have to shout.
Anyway, just going on those jet skis. He was like, woo! That was my perfect.
That was a great impression.
That was my perfect jet ski pantomime. Woo!
I love swimming, but I'd rather a lake than the ocean. The ocean, you don't know what's in there. They are just anything can happen in there.
Jellyfish thing over here.
I don't have good stories in the ocean. So.
I was like, hey, let's get out of here because this is disgusting. Fish pee in there. And she was like, well, just swim for a minute. And then she got stung. I was like, now I get to pee on you.
Yeah, right.
She wouldn't let me.
Did it hurt?
It did. Yeah.
That's one of my fears.
Yeah, it hurt really bad. And I had to get on a plane to come back to Michigan. It was horrible.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I was perfectly fine on the plane because I didn't swim because I have respect for myself.
You're ridiculous.
I think it's your go, buddy.
No, man, I don't want one of those like biome things going in my wiener.
Okay.
I think that's South America does that. They have those kinds of bacteria.
They can go into.
We watched it on The Deadliest Catch.
Yeah, we did.
I was like, that's another reason why I don't go in the water.
I mean, I'm not going.
Go in the water and put on a condom. Keep your wiener safe, guys.
Swim up your.
If you're going swimming, use protection.
I guess it's my number 5.
Yeah, I don't know what number we're on.
6.
No, 6.
Yeah.
Okay, I went with. This is just like a personal favorite of mine. I went with Life. With Jake Gyllenhaal, you got Ryan Reynolds in there and Rebecca Ferguson. This is basically
space one.
Yeah, this is basically Alien, just updated. But I love it. I have so much fun. I think there are so many surprises in this movie. Like the trailer, if you've seen the trailer, they ruin the best surprise, but some characters might not last as long as what you think they are. Extremely claustrophobic. I think the sound design is great. The visual effects for this movie are fantastic. Kelvin as the alien just looks incredible, and I love how it evolves so rapidly and quickly and grows in size, and just the design of every little evolution looks great. If you haven't seen this, I personally highly recommend checking it out, and don't set your expectations too high, and you'll probably walk away with a really fun time.
Yeah, it's
but I like it.
There's a death at the very beginning that's pretty shocking.
I agree.
I don't remember this movie.
You've seen it.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I don't remember it.
Okay. I'm not going to spoil anything.
No, don't.
Yeah, I don't know if you would like it or not.
I don't think so.
I think they might hold a little heavy on the science, but it's like modern. It's not like they're talking about particle rays beaming them to planet or something like that. Like it is a real escalation world problems right now.
I don't do space and aliens, so.
Oh, and a dark ending.
That's not my favorite either.
Yeah, love the ending to this movie.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Ashley, number
5. My number 5 is It Follows. I just remember after watching this movie,
barely missed my list.
I just thought about it for like days, and just like, what would your survival plan be? Like, just like, how are you going to defeat this monster? The cinematography is beautiful. It's in Detroit. So we're not far from there. The score is amazing. It's suspenseful. And like, I love how the villain is different. Like people, like you never know who the villain actually is. They always show up as different people. And it's just, there's a lot of like good scares in it. And I think it's a lot of fun.
I've been married for 20 years. If I'm going to survive a horror movie, it's going to be It Follows. Cause I ain't nobody.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
True.
Put me in that movie. I'll be that guy out there laying out by the pool without getting in the pool. So, good choice on It Follows. It Follows and It 2019 barely missed my list.
Yeah,
those two barely missed. Number 5 for me was from 2017, and this movie did scare me when it came out. The idea of the sunken place is fucking terrifying. So Get Out. I love this movie. I I still think that it's my favorite Jordan Peele film, which is not saying anything bad about Us or Nope. I think those are both great films. And I can't wait for his new one coming out on Christmas, which we still haven't gotten a trailer for. But
is it still coming out?
That's the word.
Really?
So like I said, I am a big Jordan Peele fan. I think that when he writes, it's amazing. I think he's a great writer because comedians make the best horror writers. It's about timing, you know. So I think that he's an amazing horror writer, and Get Out is a fucking masterpiece to me. I love it. I absolutely love that movie. I could watch it on repeat. It's got the perfect amount of comedy and fear. Like I said, that moment when you go to the sunken place and you're watching yourself do things, but you can't control it. Like that to me is such a terrifying feeling of being trapped in yourself and not being able to get out. You know, like that's, and I love the moment when he takes the picture and he comes back, you know, get out. And he's trying to get him out. Then you got Rod from TS motherfucking A. You know, he handles shit.
He's definitely the comedic relief.
And he nails it.
He does.
You know, like I'm a huge fan of this movie, and it's number 5 on my list.
I took that one off my list, but
it barely missed.
Yeah,
cool.
I know, me too. I really wanted it to be on, but it just didn't quite make it.
Yeah,
it is so good. Carbonite Dreams says his number 5 is Bone Tomahawk. I have not seen that one yet, but we've been talking about that one.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot.
That movie has wiener trauma.
Okay.
Oh, I'm serious. Oh, yeah.
Like Antichrist wiener trauma?
I've never seen Antichrist just because I know that that's not going to be for me. But it's brutal. The Bone Tomahawk altogether it's a great movie. Great movie, but God, is it brutal. It's a brutal
Is it slow?
Film. Not really. It's
okay.
It's like a Western horror. Like if that makes any sense. Like it's definitely got a lot of Western feel to it. So if you're into Westerns like at all, you might dig it more. But if not, you still get enough brutal shit in the movie to keep you going.
I think that's why it's been held back for me, because I'm not into Westerns, but I keep hearing about how brutal it is. So I think I'm just going to rip off the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Number 5 for me. I chose Starry Eyes. I love this movie. It's got tons of body horror. It's got a very brutal kill scene at the ending. I like the themes of trying to make it in Hollywood and how far someone will go. Obviously, it's a little unrealistic because it's a movie, but it's just a wild ride. We have the vinyl upstairs, and I love this movie. I think it was one of our first, when we were doing our podcast, it was like one of our first episodes we did because I loved it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love Starry Eyes. Amazing.
Yeah, great body horror in that movie.
And the kill scene at the end feels like you're actually watching an actual murder happen. Like it's so, I don't know how to explain it.
It's another one of those vicious stabbing scenes, right?
Vicious stabbing, yeah.
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 I guess we're on to mine, and I got 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh, so close to being on mine.
Oh, I thought it might have been. Okay. You got oh my god, I'm gonna forget her name now. Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Fantastic. You got, and I'm gonna forget his name too.
John Goodman.
Oh my god, just
so
classic
fucking
actor.
good, man.
He's so good in this movie playing a villain. It's just something that I don't think you've seen too often from him.
You want to trust him.
Yeah, you're
Like,
you're
so
like
badly.
on the fence. Like, is he genuine or isn't
Right.
he? Like, yeah.
You helped raise me with Roseanne, bro. I gotta trust you.
Like, you want to trust him. He's like a big teddy bear, but it's just like there's something off.
Right.
Yeah, and I think there was something off before any of the world ended too. Like this dude's been doing some stuff for a while, and I love it. I think it's so cool too because if you can find them, there's YouTube videos on just like how the cinematography tells a story while the story is like happening, while simple dialogue is just going on. And it's such an interesting watch to see people dissect this movie through its cinematography. The conversation with Emmett and where they have the barrel scene going on is a huge staple of that video. So if you can find it, go check that video out.
Okay.
Yeah, just incredible acting from everybody. You're just not sure what's happening, if what he's telling you is true, or if this dude's just fucking crazy and keeping everybody captive. Like, you don't know if Emmett's even trustworthy because he says he's like broken his wrist or his arm, and you're just not really sure. You're not sure who to trust in this movie, so I love it. And of course, the ending with Elizabeth Winstead making her choice to go and fight alongside is an incredibly powerful ending.
Yeah, instead of, when she comes to the literal fork in the road, which is like the literal fork in her life, what way are you going to go? I do love that. And I don't know if you guys are fans of Found Flicks on YouTube. He does a segment called Ending Explained, where he talks his 10 Cloverfield Lane video. He shows all the connections between this and Cloverfield. And he talks about how John Goodman's character was part of the cover-up in Cloverfield and how he shows all the hints and stuff. It's a really good watch if you haven't seen it. Like, he really dissects how this does really connect with the movie Cloverfield. Because some people are like, oh, it's not connected to. It is. It 100% is. And he shows all the different ways that John Goodman was a big part of the first Cloverfield movie without being on screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've watched that one because I think after Paradox came out, I was like, okay, let's get into some deep backgrounds of what's all happening.
Yes. Huge fans of Found Flicks, man. We love Found Flicks.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Good pick.
All right.
Love me in captivity.
To do my number 4?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So this one you also had on your list way higher than me, but it's Evil Dead 2013. This movie, the opening when you think that the girl is being like hunted and you're like, what are they doing to this poor girl? And then you find out that she is a deadite. And just like the way she changes, and that just literally sets the rest of the movie. Like, after that, it was just like everything after that was amazing.
I'll rip your soul out, Daddy.
Yeah. Where's mommy? You know where mommy is.
Yeah,
like,
the whole scene's great.
It's just so creepy.
It's a great short film in its own.
I know. And like, because the people that are behind him, they all look like what? Like weirdos. Like, what are they doing to her? You know? And then, like you talked about Jane Levy, she's amazing. And like, she's got those big eyes. So it just like, when she becomes the deadite, she just looks so creepy. And it's gory, and I love the gore in it. And
she's beautiful.
She's very beautiful. And just when her eyes are like popped open and she's like in the cellar, she nails her role. Yeah. And she cuts her tongue open.
It's just
we watched this movie like a lot, and it's entertaining every time you watch it. Yeah. Like, I love it.
All right.
Thank you.
My number 4 was so hard to keep out of my top 3 because I love this movie so much, but it's Devil from 2010. The movie where everybody's stuck in the elevator. I fucking love this movie so much.
You would think that it wouldn't be that entertaining because they're in this like elevator the entire time pretty much, but it is. It
is so good. And I can't think of the lead's name, the guy that plays the detective. Chris something. He was just in The Boogeyman. He does such a good job in this movie. I got to see what his name is real quick. No, I don't want The Devil Went Down to Georgia. What the fuck is that? But like the twist that comes along with this movie, which I definitely didn't see the twist coming. And I'm not even talking about who the devil is in the elevator. Like not that, but the other twist that comes. Chris Messina. And then Logan Marshall Green is fantastic in the movie too. Jacob Vargas is great. But yeah, when you get to that twist, I'm so sorry. Like, and how the whole movie is really just about forgiveness. And I adore this movie. I really do. And it was so hard to keep it out of my top 3, but the movies in my top 3 just they trumped it. So number 4 for me from 2010, Devil.
Nice.
I haven't seen that since it like came out. I don't remember anything about it, but this is like the third time on YouTube I've heard you talk about it, so I gotta watch it. I gotta rewatch it.
I don't know if I own it actually.
Well,
I haven't seen it since high school.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's
I actually believe that was one of our very first ever didn't see that coming episodes was on Devil.
Okay.
Yeah, just crazy.
Yeah, I gotta do a rewatch. Number 4 for me is one we just watched, and it's, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but Gonjiam Haunted Asylum. It is a movie that scared the crap out of me. Like, I did not I expected it to be scary because everyone talks about how scary it is, but I almost covered my eyes. That's how scared I was watching it. And just something about watching people go in with video cameras into a haunted asylum, it's something I would want to do, but it would freak me out doing it. So watching it on TV is a lot safer. I would still do it, actually.
A foreign found footage film.
Yeah.
You know, like, for those of you that haven't seen Gonjiam Haunted Asylum, which I don't know if I'm saying it correctly either, it's like Grave Encounters in Asia. I want to say it's Japan, but I don't want to be wrong and look like a stupid idiot. But it's very well made, very scary. I totally agree with you, Sam. Like, it is a very, very scary movie.
The scene with the girls when they're like trying to leave. Oh my God. It's just nightmare fuel. It's so scary.
How far will you go for views?
Yeah.
I like that one. Although it's just like a cheap knockoff of Grave Encounters.
I know you love Grave Encounters.
I do. I love that.
Grave Encounters is dope, man.
Yeah, I love it. I'm Lance Preston.
I gotta rewatch it. It's been years.
When the lady does the face in the corner, like that shit, I still love that shit to this day. It looks so good. I don't care what anybody says. That scene looks so good.
I love the medium, the actor, just the guy that's played the medium, the actor. Oh my God, I love how over the top he is, and he just drops
Such a
it.
goofball.
Yeah, he always makes me laugh. I guess we're on my number 4. Which do you have? Which is Hereditary.
Nice.
Ari Aster's debut film has to be on here. I feel like this decade is the start of the quote unquote elevated horror. And I'm not going to say, I think this is, It Follows and The Babadook is like kind of the start, but I think that this movie really kind of pushed it to the forefront with its family drama. Toni Collette's fantastic. Like Alex Wolff is also great. Like everybody in this movie is fantastic. The score, the cinematography alone is something to watch and just study by itself. The use of lighting is fantastic. Of how dark scenes are, where you can just barely kind of make out Toni Collette sitting, the spider lady on the fucking wall. I remember when this movie came out, I watched it like 4 times in a week because I was just so invested by it. It's an incredibly sad and depressing film, but you get that long shot as well of Alex Wolff in the car by himself, unbroken. It's just
so bad.
So
good, but so bad.
Yeah. It's just total anxiety fuel.
It feels like you did it. Like,
yeah.
Like I just killed my sister.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I love the use of the models as well, flowing into a scene through the model. There's so much to watch, and for like his first time debut filmmaking, Ari Aster seriously knocked it out of the park.
What's criminal is the fact that Toni Collette didn't win an Oscar for that role. Oh my gosh,
especially for the dinner scene. Like, yeah.
You sit there with that face on your face.
Yeah, like
oh gosh, she's so good.
She's like the best horror mom out there.
Yeah. I swear. This, The Sixth Sense, Fright Night, like if she's in it, it's gonna be fucking good.
For real.
Yeah.
I love her.
I really wanted that on my list. I'm glad you brought it up.
Oh shit, we're up to top 3 time.
Yeah, number 3.
All right, my number 3 is A Cabin in the Woods.
Well, let's talk about number 3 together.
Is that your number 3?
My number 3 is from 2011. It is Cabin in the Woods.
Nice. So this is a movie that we were like going to the theaters and we really had no expectation. Just thought it was like
we didn't even know what we were gonna watch.
No, so we just picked Cabin in the Woods, and I thought it was just gonna be another teenage, I'm
about to call.
Oh, sorry. So I just thought it was gonna be another, teenagers in the woods, and nothing like I didn't expect much from this movie.
Right. I think we got a gift card for MJ.
I don't know. We just went.
And we were like, let's just go watch a movie.
I think we might have had just like a babysitter that night, and we're like, let's go do something.
Yeah.
And so it's self-aware. It's funny. It's got scary moments. Like it's so much more than just the cabin in the woods.
Right.
Like
this could logically explain every horror movie ever.
Absolutely.
And how it happened. I love Sitterson and Hadley.
Yeah, they're hilarious.
They're dancing down in the thing.
Yeah, and the
merman.
Man, that he wants to see so.
And when they're talking to the Harbinger, I'm still on speakerphone, aren't I?
Yeah,
like that shit is so funny.
They are definitely one of the best parts of the movie. They're so funny.
Which is funny because when I used to see that guy, I used to see him as the bad guy from Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Now when I see him, like all I think of is Get Out and Cabin in the Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are the two things I see him in now. And yeah, I'm with you. Like I love Cabin in the Woods.
Mm-hmm.
I could watch this movie over and over.
It's just the way that, like I said, they're so self-aware, and just like you have the virgin and you have the stoner, and it's just.
I love Marty, how he's so high all the time.
He literally, what's the coffee cup bong that he has?
No one's gonna pull over a guy with a bong.
Yeah,
like it's so good. Whenever I think of Marty, I think of Dice rolling. Dice, if you're still here, you're my Marty. But like, it's so funny. Like everything he does in this movie, like when he's like, we all need to stick together. He's like, wait, we should split up. He's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, what? I dare you to make out with that wild animal. It's like, that's obviously a deer. Or what is it?
It's
elk.
Yeah.
He's like,
it's a wolf, isn't it?
A wolf. Yeah, a wolf.
Yeah.
Make out with that animal. He's like, it's a wolf. Well, it's a wolf. Love that movie. Yeah. Dice says, I'll take it. Marty is go.
Yeah, he is.
I think of you, Dice, every time because we did the script reading together with Celise. So I always think of Dice when I watch this movie now. It's just something that's like ingrained in me. So Marty is Dice to me.
That's a good pick. I watched it for the first time last year, I think, and I loved it. We're actually reviewing it not this week, but next week. Live.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, okay.
I love that. I dare you to make out with that moose head over there. That's a wolf. What else?
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it again.
Yeah, it's been like years since I've seen it.
It's so fun.
Oh yeah, I totally love it.
But even movie. Like the villains, they're scary. So you still have like the horror aspect of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the elevator scene when all the creatures just come out at once and just fuck everybody's day.
Just attacking everybody. Yeah,
great moment.
Yeah, good picks. That was both of you, right?
Yep.
Okay, my number 3 is Hell House LLC, because this is another one that scared the crap out of me, and it takes a lot to scare me these days. So the fact that like it actually got me is so good, and I love really any movie that takes place in like a haunt. Like I love those ones around Halloween time. They're just they set the vibe for Halloween. But there's so many spooky scenes that actually got me, and these clowns are the scariest clowns I have ever watched on screen. And they barely do anything, and yet they're terrifying. Like I almost want to get one for the basement, but I'm too scared at the same time. I wouldn't want to come down and do laundry.
That's awesome.
There's your excuse. Like I can't go do laundry.
I can't do laundry, Brendan. You got to do it. Clowns in the basement.
Maybe you should get one.
You're right.
Yeah, I love that movie.
That's a good that's a good one.
If you get one, I will be moving it all over the fucking house.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what my kids do with Chucky.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
Yep. Be all over the place. Because I get up a lot earlier than you, so I'll be putting it in the most random spots.
Putting in work, baby.
First thing in the morning.
Shower.
Right.
Oh, no.
That'd be terrifying.
With a note on it that says should have done the laundry.
Oh, I love that. Get one.
Yeah, I'm gonna now.
Yes.
You get one for Christmas. It's from my number 3.
Yeah.
I picked Jordan Peele's Get Out.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I think it's a perfect movie. Like everything's called back. There's so much foreshadowing. It's incredibly well written, well directed. You can tell he's definitely had this been working on this for years. I think I heard in interviews he was like rewriting it for 11 years or something like that, which is mind-boggling to me. All the acting is top tier. Like you said, the sunken place. And I think anybody can kind of put themselves in the shoes of the main character. Maybe not fully, but in a sense of you're going to be the minority of a group at some point in your life, and you're going to feel uncomfortable, whether it be that of you're visiting your significant other's, family for the first time, or you can get nervous and anxious, and they all have all the inner jokes that you don't know anything about. Right. Or, for an example, for me is I was working for another guy on the side on weekends, and his whole crew is Jamaicans. I'm the only white person there. I'm like they could just do whatever they want to me right now, and nobody would ever find me.
Well, on a positive, I could have went to work for you, and they wouldn't have been able to tell us apart. All us white boys look alike. I got to make that joke every time me and Brendan are together. Every time we're together, I got to make that joke.
Say this happened last time.
Yes.
I know we almost got the same kind of style hat on too.
Yeah, you do.
I know that's what makes it even. I'm rocking my Cody Leach tonight.
Cody Leach, yeah.
But I know I saw that. That's what you posted. I think it's great.
Yeah.
But I think anybody can kind of put themselves in his shoes. I think a lot of the twists and turns are great.
I was just gonna say that the twist is good with the girlfriend.
Yeah.
The first time I was mind blown.
Yeah, this was another movie that I watched when it came out. I watched it like 5 times in a week, just because I couldn't get enough of it. I thought it was absolutely amazing. So yeah, I'm a little
it too. Like these keys, I can't do these, right?
Yeah,
you're just like you bitch.
You're just holding out that hope, like maybe
she's all right,
not as bad. Yeah, and then
and the separate. She does so many weird things, like the not mixing of the cereal. She eats the Fruit Loops separate from the milk, and she like just snacks on it.
She was a terrorist. Like, fuck is this shit?
Like, what is happening here?
Yeah, she's not the one to be frisked. Get out of there.
Yeah. Good pick.
Thank you.
Nice.
Number 2.
I know we don't have the same number 2.
Nope. Well, I don't, probably not, because
I know we don't.
My number 2 is because I already said your number 2, huh? And at number 7, that's why.
Piece of shit.
I know you so well. You're so predictable.
Okay, well, let's talk about Halloween.
Yep, my number 2 is Halloween.
Ken's
2018.
predictable here. Okay.
Okay. First of all, I love this franchise. It's like it really holds dear to my heart because I watched them with my dad. But when this one came out, I waited for it for a very long time, and it checked all the marks. Like Michael was brutal.
Oh, I fell asleep. You must have been talking about Halloween.
Michael, he was brutal. Like, I loved the characters. I loved the Laurie Strode in this one, the survivalist, and her added on family that we that we loved. You loved Karen.
Karen's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Karen is the GOAT. I will give you that.
And just everything about this movie, after leaving the theater, I was just so happy with what I got. So yeah.
It is definitely top tier Halloween. For sure.
I love it.
I like that movie too. I just haven't seen it in a couple of years, but I do enjoy it.
It's my favorite Laurie Strode as well, the survivalist.
Yes. She's just
I think that is definitely top tier Halloween. I would rather watch 2018 than 78, if we're being honest.
I probably would too.
Me too.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen the 78 anyways.
Yeah.
We just watched Kills a little while
I'm not
ago.
a big fan of the original.
Yeah. Me neither. Yeah. We talked about it earlier, I have respect for myself, so I don't either.
No, you don't. You don't even start.
Coming in at number 2.
You oh shit. I try to block it from my memory.
Don't even say it. Number 2 from 2019, Dr. Sleep.
See, you're predictable.
My favorite horror sequel of all time. This tops Aliens. This tops Terminator 2 Judgment Day. This tops it all. Dr. Sleep is my favorite horror sequel of all time. We talked earlier how I'm a huge Henry Thomas fan. Henry Thomas in this movie plays the role of Jack from The Shining. But he doesn't. He looks so much like Jack Nicholson, but he doesn't. He looks like Jack Torrance, not Jack Nicholson. It's weird. Abra is a fantastic protagonist. Rose the Hat is the quintessential amazing female horror villain. She is my favorite female horror villain, hands down, bar none. Our very first Maniac Madness, where we do our March Madness style bracket with horror villains, the finals for me was Rose the Hat versus Pinhead. Like that made the final champion. Yeah, it won for her. Pinhead won for me. I think that the Gash got the true knot, but it's such a great movie. It's a great sequel. It adds so much to the lore. But if you've never seen The Shining and you go watch Dr. Sleep, you're gonna understand the movie. You don't have to, like I said, the Easter eggs are cool, especially in the third act. Like when you get to that third act, the Easter eggs of The Shining are awesome. They're great. But I would love to see a prequel or sequel to this movie. A prequel, like with the origin of Rose the Hat, or a sequel with what happens to Abra after the events of this movie. There's just so much about this movie that I think it's the perfect horror sequel to me. It doesn't stand on the original. It takes it and makes it its own, but it's still amazing at the same time. Like Flanagan at his best, in my opinion.
I really got to see this movie.
I know, me too. And like everybody talks it up extremely highly.
Well. Yeah.
I'm telling you, like this is the movie that made me fall in love with Flanagan. I had seen movies before of his, like I loved Oculus. We saw Ouija Origins of Evil, and I was like, this is really good. This is the movie where I was like, I fucking love this guy. I love this guy. I love him. He's fantastic. So yeah, this was the one that was just incredible to me.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember like a teacher recommended one of his movies to me when I was in high school. It's Absentia.
Yeah.
His like first one.
We watched that together, didn't we?
Yeah, I showed it to you.
Yeah.
Because it's so cool what you could do with like no budget.
Yeah.
And produce such an incredibly scary movie.
Yeah.
That and Before I Wake are the two that I think really were the first two from him that really got my attention, at least.
Yeah.
I didn't see Before I Wake until this year. I finally managed to put it on and get a copy of it as well for a decent price. So
great.
Yeah, I put it on this year and liked it a lot.
The Canker Man, baby.
My number 2 is probably the one on my list that I'm most likely to watch the most. What's the saying? I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And it's Piranha 3D. I love this movie. I think it is so much fun. It's a big spring break massacre. It's gory. It's got some crappy CGI that I just look past. I don't care about that. It's got some cool, it's got a good cast, like a bunch of people show up and make cameos. I just have so much fun with this movie, and I love water horror as well, and just all these piranhas coming after you is so scary, and it's sleazy, and I love it. I've got a piranha right up there that I always point out when I talk about this movie.
That's awesome.
I love it. Yep.
Nice.
Predictable for me.
I know what your number 1 is now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't see that coming, actually.
Seriously?
If you guys have the same number 1 as us, I'm going to be super shocked.
No.
It's not.
You guys have already said it, though.
It's already been brought up, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we're on mine. I'm going with Train to Busan.
I knew this would be on your list.
Nice.
Oh my God.
Such a
Incredible.
heartbreaking movie.
Yeah, it's so sad. I cried.
Yeah.
Oh, I sobbed.
Yeah. And I don't cry at a lot of movies. Like he's usually the crier and I'm not. Like
Or made it make me sound like a bitch.
I'm always looking at him because I know he's gonna cry and he's like, stop. Yeah.
I'm also not the crier. And I teared up at this movie of how incredibly powerful it was. You're the crier, right? Would you say you're the crier?
I don't cry that much in movies.
Oh, I cry at everything.
He does.
Everything. I cried at the game plan with
He
Dwayne
did.
The Rock Johnson. With Dwayne Johnson. Yeah, cried.
Yep.
I did.
I guess
Wow.
sometimes I do, but it's not often.
Depends on the movie, I guess you choose.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is an incredibly well done zombie movie. I think this is like a total. This is better than Zack Snyder's 2004 Dawn of the Dead. I think it reinvents the zombie again from just the fast moving zombie, because now you have zombies that are just kind of contorting and running and just zero sensibility of the surroundings. I love it.
Train to Busan we are talking about.
Yes, not Peninsula. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that. Train to Busan. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, like, this movie, man. Because to me, the way that I interpret the scene is they say your life flashes before your eyes before you die, and that's where his life began. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I always interpreted that scene, because that's where his flashes first start in that room. I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't seen it.
I'm gonna say spoiler.
But like, that to me is where his life began. And as a father, I understand that. And that hit me so hard. Like, your life flashes before your eyes, and it's started there, you know?
Yeah.
So
I think it's a great way to like look at life, because you have the villain of the movie as well. And it's like, do you just live to be a dick and make money and have no friends? Or do you want to be like the other dad who's caring and looking out for other people and trying to be the best man that he can be? And I think that other actor is just fantastic to watch. He is such a blast.
Are you talking about the villain?
What's that?
Are you talking about the villain?
No, I don't like him at all. Like, he's good being the villain, but I like the other dad with his pregnant wife. He's moved over to like Americanized Hollywood right now, and he's doing very well for himself.
Nice.
But yeah, Illuminated Pro. If you haven't seen this movie, just you could even leave and like right now. I won't be upset. Go watch this movie.
Neither will we. Like, I'm telling you, like, if you are a machine if this movie doesn't tug on your heartstrings a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of the movies that I had to do this. Because I was crying so hard. Like, it rocked me pretty good.
And then afterwards, don't watch Peninsula. Go watch Soul Station, the animated prequel.
Skip Peninsula.
The animated cartoon prequel is pretty dark and very vicious.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I wouldn't think you'd be into it.
No.
I was going to put it on the other day, and I started to, and then I fell asleep.
Yeah. Yeah, good pick. I knew that would be on your list.
Oh, I love this movie.
Yeah.
Nice.
You want to talk about our number one?
Yeah. I'm assuming.
Well, let me ask, is this the only movie I've ever given a 5-star?
Yes.
This is the only movie I've ever given a 5-star review to on Sledgehammer Horror.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a movie from 2018, and it is Summer of '84.
I love that movie.
It's so good. It's like nostalgic. Because like I was a kid in the 90s, and that's kind of before technology took over, and you still rode your bike to the bowling alley and played outside and played hide and go seek, and like it feels nostalgic.
We still did that as teenagers.
Huh?
We would do that as teenagers.
Yeah.
We would go outside in the dark and play hide and seek.
Yeah.
Like,
So
we love doing that stuff.
It's just like the nostalgia of the movie, and then just like the mystery, and like you're on the edge of your seat the entire time. And I don't know.
That fucking ending.
Yeah. In the ending, it's like they went there, but then you know what they did, what happened to his best friend, but also how now he just has to look over his shoulder for the rest of his life. Like that, I think is scarier. It just kill me. Like don't make me look over my shoulder for the rest of my life. Just kill me. Just end it now.
Oh, Connor, you gotta watch Summer of '84.
It's so good.
Like in the whole time we've ever done Sledgehammer Horror, Connor, that's the only movie I've given a full 5 out of 5 skull review to. Like, and I didn't expect to do that, but when we were watching it, I was like, babe, I'm not seeing anything wrong with this movie.
It was so hard to like come up with negatives, because we do positives and negatives, and it was like there's nothing. Like we can't come up with anything.
We could not come up with one negative about that movie. I
think we like pulled some out of our like silly things.
Yeah, like how would that girl like that boy, like stuff like that, like the most dumb shit possible.
But it's just, I don't know.
It's my favorite. If we're not counting House, from 1985, this is my favorite horror movie of all time. That's the impact it had on me watching it.
And I really want to see a prequel to this, like
I want
Summer of '94, like
sequel?
or a what did I say? A prequel? Yeah, a sequel. Like Summer of '94, and he comes back to get him or something. I don't
never know what could happen.
I know, but it would be amazing to see that. Like, it's so good.
Matt Leslie, if you're listening, we want a sequel.
Yes, give us a sequel, please.
We love you, buddy. Give us a sequel, please.
Well, I mean, the way it ended, like you could absolutely do a sequel to it.
Matt Leslie, if you're listening, give us a sequel.
I'm sure he's listening right now.
I'm sending it to him right when we're done here. I'm going to crop this out and I'm going to send it to Matt, and I'm going to be like, listen. Another person. We watched this movie. We reached out to him to do a My First Horror Movie. He came on, and we've actually become friends with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is a great guy. And the thing, I don't know if you guys know this or not, he wrote Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2.
Yeah.
He's the reason that movie is not dog shit like the first one.
I loved it.
Yeah, like Matt Leslie came in and he Mike Flanagan that shit.
Yeah.
He was like, look, and he was honest about it. He was like, the first one, let me show you what I got.
Yeah,
and he just came up with the second one, like
so serious. It's just like it's Winnie the Pooh. Why are we so serious?
But Matt Leslie came in and he just fucking killed it, man. Like
I cried in the second movie. So good. I loved it.
The second movie's way better than the first. Like
way better.
Oh
way
yeah.
better.
Yeah. I wasn't upset that we got to go to the theaters and see Winnie the Pooh 2.
Yeah.
If I would have went and saw the first one in theaters, I probably would have been very upset.
Like I paid money for this.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like I said, and going from like that was the reason we got excited for Blood and Honey 2.
Mm-hmm.
When we found out that Matt Leslie was going to be on the writing team for that, I was like, no way. That's the guy from Summer of '84. Like we got to see this. Like this is going to be something. It's not going to be dog shit.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Summer of '84 since it came out. I don't think. That had like Disturbia vibes to it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like
I did really like it.
The Goonies.
I
would
like
say
Stranger Things or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, we watched it together for the first time.
Yeah, we did.
Or I showed it to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I love
like
that
that
movie. Yeah, the ending is just I wasn't sure how to feel about it until the end happened, and then I was like, yep, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. Good pick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We have the same number one.
I'm assuming so, 2013.
Yeah, Evil Dead.
Nice.
Mia is my absolute favorite final girl.
Yeah.
I also love the fact that she's going to detox, and like the way I watch this movie is she's going to fight her demons and her deadite is her demon, and then you see who's standing next to her at the end of the addiction. And I love how gory it is. I love all the characters, love the intro like you guys said. Oh my god, how much blood did they use at the end of that movie?
Oh, man.
Gallons.
Have you guys seen the alternate ending?
I think so. We watch the director's cut every time. I haven't seen the theatrical since.
Well, like the alternate ending, it goes back inside the cabin to her brother, and he turns into a deadite. Like her brother is a deadite, and then Jane Levy gets picked up on the side of the road by a semi driver, and he's driving her out, and it goes to her, and her eyes open, and they're deadite eyes again.
I'm not sure. I might have seen it.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll let you talk about it.
Yeah, I think this movie is fantastic. I remember when this trailer dropped for the first time in 2013. I was 20 years old. No. Long time ago. I was a young man. Fuck. And it scared me. Just the trailer alone. Like I had to sleep with like the lights on at 20. And it got me so hyped up for it that I went and saw this movie opening night. I was third in line at the theater. I loved every second of it. As soon as I could buy it, I did, and I rewatched the shit out of it for about a year. We watched this movie probably once a year.
Yeah,
I would say at least minimum. And I'm a huge Evil Dead fan. I don't think there's a bad one in the whole franchise.
No.
So yeah, that Evil Dead was always going to be my number one for me.
Nice.
But like nobody's touched on the fact of like how cinematic the score is compared to like Army of Darkness has a pretty cinematic score, like very theatrical, but this is like it feels epic, going into it. I love the homages to all the original films. It's definition peak of like perfect remake.
I agree with you. Like, I know I had it lower on my list, but
loser.
I love this
having
movie.
It at 7.
But I mean, you know that I love this movie.
I know.
I really do love this movie. I just put the link to the alternate ending in the chat so you guys can see it. And Sam and Brendan, I'm texting it to you guys right now. That way you guys can check it out. It's worth seeing this alternate ending because you get to see Eric, Lou Taylor Pucci, like on fire as he's walking. Like, I wish they would have kept it. I mean, I like the ending they had, but this is still a really, really good alternate ending. Like, it looks really good.
I love when she rips her arm out from underneath.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks so good. Yeah.
Yeah, and that chainsaw kill at the end.
Yes.
So good.
I love it.
Awesome.
All right.
We got Kal-El Daly there through his list up.
I love that Final Girls is on your list.
Nice.
Mother's a good one, man.
I haven't seen Mother.
Movie. It is a weird. It's very biblical.
I keep hearing about
biblical.
it. I'm gonna write it down.
Oh yes, I had to think about it for a second. I was thinking about Uma for some reason. Yeah, but the mother with Jennifer Lawrence, and yeah, it's incredibly fucking weird. That was another one I had to watch like 3 times when it came out, just because I was like, there's so much happening so fast.
I grew up in a very, very religious household.
Yeah.
So a lot of the religious themes in the movie were like smacked right in the face. Like, oh, Jesus Christ. I know what that is. That's Jesus Christ. Yeah, I know that part. Oh, Mother Nature. I get it. I get what you're doing there.
See, I wasn't. So I had to I did not grow up in a religious household. So I had to do some research into it real quick. I kind of had an idea, but then I didn't realize all the other symbolism hiding underneath it afterwards. Yeah, but very messed up. Once it hits the fan, it hits the fucking fan.
Oh yeah.
I also like how they put Brightburn at number 3. That's an incredibly underrated movie.
What a great movie. I love that movie.
And Split 2, that's one I've been meaning to rewatch.
Yeah, I want to rewatch Split.
Love Split.
Yeah.
Dr. Sleep at number 2, baby.
No Evil Dead on there, so you can leave the chat there, Kal-El.
Connor, I got to know, what did you think of Devil when you seen it? I want to know your opinion, Connor, before we go.
And
I would love to know what your opinion on it.
Do y'all think the Evil Dead franchise is the best take on demon possession?
I mean, like, if we're talking about as a franchise, I wouldn't say, but then again, like, I'm kind of, grasping at straws here, but to me, I don't feel like a Deadite is so much as a demon. I mean, I know it's the Kandarian demon, but to me, it's not like your classic demon story, like devils and demons. I think it's, all that to say yes. Yes, it is. As the franchise, yes, it's the best demon possession type. Because for me, the franchise goes Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, Jason Goes to Hell, Evil Dead 2013.
Jason Goes to Hell's not in there, but don't even put that in that franchise.
That's totally
don't tarnish the Evil Dead franchise.
Don't do it.
Hey.
No.
I get the Necronomicon's in there, but it doesn't count.
Necronomicon's in there. The Kandarian daggers in there.
They threw that in there to make the movie interesting. That they were trying to save it, and no. I'm not allowing you to put that in.
So of the 6 Evil Dead movies,
there's not 6. No, we are not on the same page here.
But also,
thank you, Ashley.
Ash vs. the Evil Dead was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was so sad when they just ended it. Like, I felt like I didn't get closure.
You want to know what else is great? I'll be right back.
Okay. And then he just leaves.
Yeah.
Yes, it is great.
Yes. Is that all of them? Is that like a one mega book or just one?
Yep. It's the graphic novel. It's got all the chapters in it at once.
They sell that?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
I
damn.
think you've had that for a really long time.
I've had it for a very long time. I got this when it first came out, and I love it. I absolutely love this novel. Again, connecting my boy Jason.
It's only because of Jason and Freddie.
Yeah, I haven't read the novel. I didn't even know that they did like a whole like complete novelization of one. I thought you had to buy them all individually. So, okay.
I do got to point out real quick, guys. Aline O'Neill is in the chat. We just interviewed her. She is in Hysteria, which is out now. What a good segue, because she's in Hysteria, which is out now on Peacock, featuring Bruce Campbell from the Evil Dead franchise. And she absolutely kills it in that show. Guys, please go and check out Hysteria. It is streaming on Peacock to be ready for our interview with her, which drops next Friday.
Yes.
So
thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for stopping by. Awesome. It was amazing to meet you today.
Yes.
We cannot wait.
She's so sweet.
Oh, she's the best. Like, she was the sweetest. And I can't wait to see what your career holds and what you have coming up next for us. Whatever you do next is going to be fucking amazing. Absolutely. So thank you for stopping in and saying hello. It really means a lot.
Yeah.
And on that note, what else do you guys have coming up on your channel before we take off here?
Wednesday, I'll be live at 8:00 doing a Ask Me Anything horror live stream, talking about horror news, horror roundup, stuff like that. So excited for that, to have you guys come out, just hang out for a little bit. Besides that, what is today? Wednesday, we will have Wednesday morning. Our Grand Rapids Comic-Con video comes out. Friday, Ashley did a review of the new movie Elevation that just came out. So make sure you guys are checking that out. And then I'm trying to think of what our live is next week. It's been a crazy couple weeks, guys. And with me being sick and trying to do all the things at once. Next week, we'll be doing, for Thanksgiving, our top 10 food-themed horror scenes. And we know for sure our buddy Cody Leach will be joining us for that. Cool. And we also think that Sean is going to be joining us for that too. So Sean Chandler. So it should be us, Cody, and Sean Chandler talking about our top 10 food-themed horror scenes. So we might have some Freddy on there. Might have some Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know,
Freddy feeding.
Yeah. So
awesome. We have Wednesday night at 7:30. We are going to do a review on Teeth with Mike and Serial, and we are doing a horror hangout Monday night with Bo, Kayla, and Sean. So we're going to talk horror news, play some games. That's next Monday. And then we are doing the Cabin in the Woods, as we already talked about. Not this coming Wednesday, obviously, because we're doing Teeth, but the week after. And that's all we got planned for this month, I think.
Taking it easy this month, people.
Right now.
Like
you got an interview later on, but yeah. But yeah, thanks for coming on, guys.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
And I want to remind anybody, if you're here from Sledgehammer Horror, click the link in the description. Go and subscribe to Our Life in Horror. If this is your first time seeing us, come on over, subscribe. We'd love to have you be a part of the family.
Yeah. And thank you to everyone that came out in the chat and chatted with us. And have a good night, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.